What happens if the hero of time is dropped into Sonic Adventure? Can Link actually survive all the chaos? Today we're going to be putting Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask Link to the test. Sonic Adventure opens with Chaos attacking Station Square cops before being stopped by Sonic. The question is, how the hero of time will handle the same encounter? To answer that, we need to first understand how Chaos can be damaged. Chaos' body is primarily composed of water, making most physical attacks ineffective. The only vulnerable point is his head, where his brain is located. In the game, Sonic can only harm Chaos by home attacking his weak point, which is his head. At first glance, this seems like a disadvantage for Link. He lacks Sonic speed, and he cannot perform homing attacks and cannot jump nearly as high as Sonic. This raises the question of whether Link can realistically reach Chaos' weak point at all. However, Link has faced a nearly identical opponent before. In Ocarina of Time, the Water Temple boss, Morpha, also possesses a fluid body with a single vulnerable core. Like Chaos, Morpha can only be damaged by directly attacking his brain. Link defeats Morpha by using a hookshot to latch onto the core, pull it out of the water, and strike it while it's still exposed. This same strategy will be effective against Chaos. Rather than relying on speed or aerial attacks, Link would just use the hookshot to pull Chaos' weak point within reach. His defensive equipment and experience fighting large-scale monsters would allow him to avoid or block Chaos attacks without significant difficulty. As a result, Chaos Zero would be defeated efficiently by the hero of time. After defeating Chaos Zero, the next major section is Emerald Coast. This area does not present crazy annoyance for Link. He can just use the hover boots to get around the sections that are needed and use the hook shot to latch on to higher ground, eventually saving Tails. Upon clearing Emerald Coast, Link will proceed to board the train towards the Mystic Ruins. It is here that he encounters the next major opponent, Eggman. Eggman pilots the Egg Hornet, a flying combat vehicle equipped with missiles and drilling attacks that slam into the ground. While the Egg Hornet is fast and aggressive, its attack patterns are predictable. Link has extensive experience dealing with airborne and mechanically assisted enemies. When Eggman crashes into the ground after attack, Link will be able to exploit the opening by using bombs or direct sword strikes to damage the vehicle. This encounter is comparable to Link's battle with Baronade or Baronade, whatever that boss name is. As a result, Eggman and the Egg Hornet does not pose a serious threat, and Link can defeat him without significant difficulty. Link's next confrontation will be against Knuckles. Unlike previous encounters, this fight presents a more direct physical challenge, as Knuckles is fast, aggressive, and capable of aerial movement through gliding. However, Knuckles relies entirely on close-range combat. Link's shield allows him to block incoming attacks, while his sword gives him a clear reach advantage. By timing his strikes and using techniques such as charged attacks or the spin attack, Link would be able to punish Knuckles during openings without exposing himself. Because Knuckles lacks range options and has no reliable way to bypass Link's defenses, this encounter would not significantly hinder Link's progression. Now, Link is fighting Chaos 4. Here's where you might think Link will start having trouble. He's surrounded by water, and that's always been a weakness for him. Unlike Sonic, he can't just dash across it, even for a moment, without risk. But Link has two powerful tools that give him an edge in this fight. The first option is the blue tunic he earns from the Zoras. This tunic allows him to breathe underwater, so if he accidentally falls in, he won't have to worry about drowning or losing precious time. On top of that, Link can use his hover boost to leap carefully from lily pad to lily pad, avoiding Chaos' constant attempts to knock him off. When Chaos emerges from the water, revealing his brain, Link can attack with precision using either the hook shot or his bow. And if Chaos launches his orange wave weird attack thing, a well-timed backflip will let Link evade it effortlessly, keeping him in control of the fight. The second option is the Deku Mask. With this mask, Link can skip across the water to 3 times before sinking, letting him cross the little pass without worrying about falling in. But the Deku Mask isn't just for movement, it also gives Link an offensive edge. He can charge bubbles from his mouth and aim them at Chaos' brain. By carefully timing his attacks and building up the power, Link can deal serious damage, striking the brain with precision and efficiency to finish the fight. With either approach, Link is able to turn what seems like a dangerous weakness, being surrounded by water, into a tactical advantage. He can take on Chaos 4 with skill and strategy, keeping the fight dynamic and intense from the start to finish.
For E102, I won't be including a full section, as he just reminds me of the Egg Hornet in a way, and I see Link having no trouble with him, so we'll just get straight to Chaos 6. Chaos 6 represents a more mechanically complex encounter, as direct attacks on the core are no longer possible without first stunning Chaos. In this phase, Chaos absorbs explosive energy, freezing his body and exposing his weak point. This mechanic does not disadvantage Link at all. On the contrary, it plays directly into his established skill set. Link has extensive experience using bombs as a primary method of forcing openings. Most notably in his battle against King Dong Dong, whatever his name is, y'all know what I'm talking about. In that encounter, Link must time bomb throws precisely while avoiding fire-based attacks and crushing impacts. Link will use the bombs to trigger Chaos 6 vulnerability and then strike his brain/body. This process aligns closely with challenges Link has already overcome. Chaos 6 also employs a wide area shockwave attack. While this attack is designed to limit movement, Link possesses multiple defensive options, including invasive maneuvers and shielding. Given his history of responding to large-scale area attacks, this ability would not prevent him from continuing the fight. It's all the same, not really much of a challenge, so let's finally get on to the final, the one you all been waiting for.
The final form of Chaos, Perfect Chaos, is no longer a conventional boss encounter. At this stage, Chaos has flooded the entire city of Station Square, grown to a massive scale, and fully escaped Eggman's control. I don't know why Eggman thought he'd be able to control a literal god, but things happen. In Sonic Adventure, Perfect Chaos can only be damaged by Supersonic. Sonic requires immense speed, sustained flight, and the ability to run vertically along Chaos' body in order to reach and strike his brain. This is not simply a matter of strength, but extreme mobility. Link does not possess an equivalent method of traversal. He lacks the speed and aerial control necessary to scale Perfect Chaos' body and reach the weak point. Even when accounting for equipment such as the Zora Mask, Link's enhanced movement remains vastly below what is required to close the distance. The Zora Mask improves swimming speed, but it does not grant sustained flight or vertical traversal at this scale. Ranged options such as fire or ice arrows could theoretically reach Chaos, but there is no indication that these attacks meaningfully damage Perfect Chaos core, which in Sonic's case requires Supersonic's direct high-speed strikes. Unlike earlier forms of Chaos, Perfect Chaos does not present exploitable mechanics that align with Link's established skill set. Bombs, the hookshot, and melee combat are no longer viable solutions due to the size of the arena and the inaccessibility, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, of the weak point. As a result, this encounter represents a hard limit for the hero time. While Link is capable of overcoming Chaos' earlier forms through strategy and item usage, Perfect Chaos requires a level of speed and mobility that Link cannot replicate. In this universe, the hero time does not defeat Perfect Chaos. If you guys did enjoy this video, subscribe and like, and maybe I'll do another one or anything that you request, because these are actually fun. I did enjoy making this video. I haven't enjoyed making a video in a long time. This was a great one. So yeah, bye.